This is Chase from Anderson. Let's see. Bryce Young, 12 attempts, pass attempts. C.J. Stroud, 16 pass attempts. Anthony Richardson, 12 pass attempts. Guess who averaged the most yards per attempt out of those three guys? Bryce Young did.
And I'm telling you, everything tastes better in this mug. If you don't have a C3 Panthers podcast mug, go get you one. They're fantastic. You'll absolutely love it. Now, down to business. Chase from Anderson. There are a few things you need to know if you're going to call into the C3 Panthers podcast cat call line and try to call anybody out about a stat. Number one, I am the stat daddy.
Because I'm Batman.
That's me. That's my thing. Okay. So I take it a little personal when a person tries to tell me not to listen to stats, then tries to defend their argument with a stat.
Liar!
It doesn't seem to make much sense to me. I don't know. That's just the way the world is crazy. I'm not sure. But the funnier part about that is if you're going to attack me with a stat after you've said stats don't matter, at least make sure the stat you're giving is relevant, because the stat you're giving is not relevant. You're giving passing yards per or average per pass. Who cares? I can throw the ball down the field 50 times at 30 yards down the field, and I'm going to win that stat every day of the week. If they're all incomplete, who cares? Okay. Number three, if you're going to come at me with a stat, make sure you do your math.
Not so stupid.
Please, please, please don't get on here and try to make a fool of somebody else and end up making a fool of yourself, or at least I'll make a fool of you here. So let's go ahead and go over the stats you gave us where you said Bryce Young led in all those stats. Okay.
Wrong,
So you said average yards per pass, which is a bullshit stat because nobody gives a shit about how many times you throw it and how many yards you throw it whenever you throw it. I want to know about completions. I don't care about yards per throw. I want to know about yards per completion. We're going to get to that. But your deal right here is you said Bryce Young had a higher average, than Anthony Richardson and C.J. Stroud. Well, as you can see here, 12 pass attempts for Bryce Young, 56 yards, 4.6 average. Anthony Richardson, 12 pass attempts, 67 yards in one less game and more yards for a 5.6 average. C.J. Stroud, 16 pass attempts, 73 yards, 4.6 average. So this right here shows that your information is incorrect, sir. Please stop reading headlines and do your own research. All right. If you did simple math with these numbers that are undeniable, you would see that the statement you made is incorrect. Now, here's the biggest thing. Okay. It's not a matter of your statement being correct. It's more of a matter of your statement being relevant. Because once again, who cares how many times you throw the ball out of bounds down the field 30 times? 30
Who
yards.
the hell cares?
That's all that's doing is boosting your yards per pass stat. How about yards per completion? Okay, so you lost in the yards per pass.
You
Okay, I
lose.
get it. Sometimes people lose. How about yards per completion? All right, what's really important? 7-12 Bryce Young, 56 yards, 58% completion. Not bad. 8 yards per completion. Okay. Anthony Richardson, 7-for-12, 67 yards, 58%, same completion percentage, 9.5 yards per completion. C.J. Stroud, 9-for-16 for 73 yards, 56% completion, and he still had more yards per carry. Even though 8.1 and 8 is not that different, we're talking about you said he had more, and he does not. So in the stat that actually does matter, you're still wrong. Guess what? You still lose. Okay? So, Chase from Anderson, I want to congratulate you for being the first claw mark on the scratching post for the C3 Panthers podcast. I appreciate it.